market. Good morning. Sourcing is an addiction, man. Woo! It's hard to turn off. It's Mark with the Wandering Reseller, and I'm going back to the flea market. I found a really good vegetable spot. Well, I'm gonna stop there too. I'm noticing I'm not smiling anymore. That's not good. I gotta get that too. I like smiling. Get out of here, cat. You're the bully. Oh, there's a boy cat that's pissing off my cat. I had a chance to get him there, but I'm an animal lover. So, turned on the computer after waking up, and I wasn't supposed to. Bummer. I list so far we're into May like 3rd. So I started April 1st. Every hour, like clockwork. eBay. And today was a blank in the morning. It's all right. I had almost $300 in orders yesterday. That pushed me. I said this almost a year and a half, 2-3 years ago. They did something to like pass sales around, like when COVID, when everybody was worried about how, it just seemed like once you get your number and you're trying to grow, it's twice as hard. And I'm not sure why. But I'm $4,500 for the month of April. So after their fees, $2,600, still back to where that would be a bad month 3-4 years ago. It's not the same. It's not the same. So we're heading to the flea market. And boy, sourcing is addicting. Last week I did really good. I walked away from some products, and just have to be a little bit stricter here. They're on the fly. They're turning inventory. They're not doing research, and they're throwing out larger numbers right now. And it's okay to open up your phone, just research, put it in a pile, so that's yours, and then if you don't want it, you just put it back. You really have to elevate your thinking here, because like I buy volume, so I look at the volume. If I can get it for 100, 125, 150 bucks, and there's 300 pieces, I do it volume, and I don't have to then do the research, because I'm not going to be an expert in a whole bunch of smalls. It's not going to happen. It's just going to be, you might know, like now, if I ever see small ducks ever again, I buy everything. Because that's been the best score of the year so far. I paid $75 for 60, I think 658, 58 ducks. They're minis, they're micros, they're 3-inch ducks. They were all different, and from the 80s. And I just want to get rid of them. He was just moving, and he wanted to work a deal, and I did too. And I made my profit. I paid off the ducks in 4 orders, and everything was profit. Now I only got like 8 left, and that's been the best score from this flea market I'm heading. So I'm gonna get my coffee and we'll talk to you guys here in a minute. Alright. Circle K is not healthy for me. It's like day 4 of buying coffee. It's not good. I can make it at home. Anyway. Alright, so we're gonna work on building a guide for lights. Flea market guide for eBay resellers. And we obviously I have other videos a lot different, targeting, looking for treasures at thrift stores, and they're one of my best videos in the channel. But they're not talking about eBay and reselling, and especially resellers that are new, that are looking for places to source, and obviously you can learn a lot of this in those videos. We got morning dew, gloom, hey gloom, 1 more month and we should be in summer. So when you're sourcing from flea markets, you might have to travel a little distance. I have 3 that I really like. I got one down in San Diego, which is about 100 miles away. I don't go to that one that often, but I do go. The Golden West is my favorite because they bring in a certain type of reseller, the storage locker resellers, and there's like 5% of those that are there are let treasures go, meaning they don't sort. They bring out the boxes and they're pricing them as they're bringing out and separating them, putting them on the table. Or sometimes, if you find the right booth, you'll be the person sorting. What that does for you is it elevates the chance of you putting a bigger pile. Remember, if you bring 1 item, you're going to pay a lot. You bring 10 items, you're going to pay medium. You bring a lot, you get a better deal. And if you don't do this, you're going to pay for it. So just keep that in mind. You'll discover certain booths won't give you a great deal at all. So it's okay to do your research when you have your pile in front of you, because there'll be people trying to, if you're picking good, you're gonna have hawks, and those hawks will, push you out of the way. They're not real nice, but it's alright. I don't blame them. We're all trying to survive, and they don't like these videos, so we're okay with that. So things to look for when you're at your flea market in your neighborhood: storage locker resellers that are very active, meaning they're buying and buying and buying and buying. They're going to have a lot of boxes underneath their tables. Now all you have to do is look underneath their table. If you see boxes, you found yourself a storage locker reseller, and you have gold everywhere, every week. Now, there's a lot of ways to determine if they're a storage locker reseller. Now, you can have a storage locker reseller that have stuff that are in plastic totes. Most likely those people have warehouses, and they'll separate the treasures. Not that good. You're gonna find stuff, but it's not gonna be it's gonna be based on multiple people's eyes looking at it, and you're gonna have less chances to find something that are treasures or high value reselling. You want to look for the people that might be wearing cut gloves that prevent them from getting hurt. They have no idea what's in those boxes, and they don't want to get hurt, or they've been hurt in the past. You want to look for trucks with lifts, because they use those big trucks as storage containers. So when they buy from their storage locker, they don't even go through them. They just leave it in there and then take that right to the flea market. Why? Well, storage lockers, sellers, buyers, it takes a lot of effort to go through your inventory. It slows you down, like the Yup guy, David, Storage Wars. He's always going through all his inventory. He's now paying a storage location. He might be paying 2 or 3 different locations. He's holding on to it because he wants every dollar from every item. He's a different type of storage lockers reseller. I would say he's good at what he does. He's made a lot of money. All right, but he's not a turn and burn type of reseller. He's not going to let a $1,000 item go for $50, $100. He's never going to do that. So you got to find I hate to say this, the lazy storage locker reseller that want to do the absolutely least and throw a high price on it and let the resellers percolate the items out of his inventory. Saves him time. He's lazy. And what this does, he then can throw a high price at it, because he's pretty good at what he's doing, and he's great at what he does. Remember, this is what you're looking for. You want to lot those items up so you can get that price per unit down. So we're gonna look. I got a lot of B-roll footage. You might see different videos from different days from the lighting, but I film a lot, and this is going to be a good video for beginner eBay resellers. Obviously, advanced eBay sellers, they should know this. This is the next level above thrifting at a thrift store. This is how you grow your business. Build those relationships with these vendors so they see your face, they know who you are. Be nice. And some of them will, start bringing down their prices. Some won't. You just walk right by those people. You just you're not interested, because you can put a pile and do all this work. Well, you just put a pile for him to take and put in the back of his truck so he can put a big number on it on eBay. He has no heart. He doesn't care. So you just got to know who those ones are and just walk right by, because it doesn't matter what you do. You put a big pile together, he's still going to charge you $300. So that's the problem you have now. You have to keep in mind that this is a game, and you have to play the game, and you gotta learn how to win the game. And thrifting is not easy at flea markets. You can spend a lot of money without doing your research. So just be careful and enjoy the video, and thanks for listening. Oh, I might have absolutely scored on those golf clubs. I got a long history in golf. I played competitively until I was like 30, and then even into mid 40s, late 40s. I was trying to get ready for compete on the senior stuff, and just the body broke down. So I got a refrigerator Matic, Tiger Woods. I got 11 grandmother collectible tourist magnets to sell for. They're really 3D. Sell for $14 to $20 a piece. 11 times 20. I paid $7 for those. I paid $40 for this. Probably, it's not, it's a remake, okay, but it's talks about the history and the founders of golf, and I have a friend that might enjoy that, and if I don't give it to him, I'll sell it for probably 5 or 6 times more than what I bought it for. But I'm thinking that it's ended up going to him. I'm not sure yet. He doesn't watch my videos, so I got my score here. Let me show you what I got. So we'll start it off with the, I have to do a little research. I haven't done golf clubs in a long time, but this is a Spalding Tour Pro model. There's different numbers on, this is a 2. If you look down it, if you understand golf, you know what I'm looking at. You know what that is. That is original grip, original shaft, mint condition, still to be determined. R90. R90s are like this for a collector. Original shaft, original shape. We're another $50 bill maybe. This is, I used to putt with one of these. This is amazing to find these guys. This is like one, this is a cash Spalding cash-in putter. Yep, cash-in putter right there. That used to be worth $500 back in the 90s and 80s. I remember I had a friend that was in Japan that would sell these clubs for me. So here's a spoon. So people will buy this to have a man cave and have some clubs for people to grab that are not. So that's in mint condition, original grip. Another $50 bill. They're not all 50. Some of them might be Burke. This could be, I have to do some research. I might have to go down to, I might have to take a little time on this one. If I'm not mistaken, there could be a couple zeros on that. I saw that and I was like, well, I gotta just take it just in case. Then I gotta make sure they're not fake from the 90s. But I don't think they are. Swing iron, regular bumper. It's basically a chipping iron. You play it back in your stance and just chip with it. But look at the shaft. It's all, I think it's covered with some sort of bamboo, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, I could have scored there. It could be thousands, it could be just a couple hundred. Then I did my vegetable, eating healthy, $14 plus my peanuts, $5. So I paid $19. I went to the vendor that I liked last time. I went straight there and got twice as much. So yeah, I didn't even point out the vendor I stopped going to. So this is it's going to be interesting. The history golf could be cheap. It could be worth nothing. I don't know anything about it. I know enough to get in trouble here. So we'll update you on those, because I think there could be some good scores there. Thanks for watching, guys. And that I'm not worried. I didn't buy any micro smalls, but like I said, maybe gift. these can go to my golf collection if I don't sell them. I'll probably get rid of them. I'm going to get rid of a lot of my golf collection. And as I downsize into traveling, I'll only have a small area in my place I live in, my mobile home, and that's fine. And that way my possessions don't really mean anything to me, just my memories, my smalls and stuff. So all right, I'm gonna do some research on these, and I'll probably do another short video or video on them. I gotta start. Salmon, pink ground, halibut. Ooh. I'm okay with this. The ocean's only about a mile away. If you're a clothes seller on eBay, flea markets are the place to go. They normally have relationships with storage locker resellers, and they'll bring in all their stuff. In this case, it could be maybe returns, Amazon, because I see a lot of tags. So there's several ways you can find inventory for your store. So this guy is a storage locker reseller. You see boxes on the bottom? And you got plastic totes. So he might be bringing in a mix of different things. Alright, I'm going to leave mine. You do have to watch your basket. Keep your eye on the basket. I might actually put one of those apple.
I have to use my gun. Yeah, ya voy.
Yeah, see? I don't see a collection. I look for collections that are micro small. So see these big old totes coming in, dollies? So they'll have multiple locations in the flea market. One for clothes, one for returns. Here's a return section that they'll have another one on the other side. And these are all you can see the different ones. So they're all organized in the warehouse to separate, so they know which flea. They're fulfilling 3 or 4 of these spots, different locations in the flea market. So these are all Amazon returns, opened, organized, gone through. All these are returns. So if you're like returns on eBay and you're a clothing person, or even it could be, you know, they're $10 to $25 value items. You're not going to find treasures, but you're going to find a lot of volume, and there might be something wrong with the item, or you know, just maybe they got 2 for Christmas and they want to return one. You just never know. So when you see a lot of these containers, these carts, you know you found the right spot. This is a perfect example for a reseller to learn. Look at the carts. Look at the people. These are all new inventory every week. Volume. Perfect for families in needs or a reseller. Carts. 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 Perfect example. They're part of a bigger group that separates. Don't see many boxes, huh? So all these items have been separated already. So you're gonna find items in there, but it isn't gonna be like home runs. For me, I like the storage lockers with, you know, coming straight out of the storage locker resellers that sell straight from the lockers themselves. These guys have a warehouse and separate, and certain vans go to certain locations. Different flea markets have different types of stuff, higher value, lower value. So perfect example. You know you're at the right place. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep hunting, keep flipping, and stay wandering. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned to see what treasures we discover next time.